Have you ever wondered what your cabin steward really thinks? I'm talking about the person who magically makes your room perfect every single day of your cruise. You might think they just see a messy room, but I'm telling you, they see everything. Cabin stewards notice more than you think. They're the silent observers of the ship, and the little things you do, or don't do, add up. It's crazy how much these tiny actions can impact their day and, believe it or not, the level of service you receive. It's a secret economy of kindness. These small gestures shape your reputation on a cruise. It's not about leaving a huge tip on the last day. It's about the consistent small acts of respect you show from the moment you step on board. Think about it. They're working thousands of miles from home, often for months at a time. A little bit of consideration goes a ridiculously long way. It's the difference between being just another cabin number and being a passenger they genuinely enjoy taking care of, maybe even giving you a little extra attention. Today, we're revealing the small things passengers do that cabin stewards secretly love and remember. These aren't huge, elaborate gestures. They're simple, easy habits that make a massive difference in their difficult jobs. And honestly, they can completely transform your cruise experience in ways you never expected. If you want insider cruise tips like this, subscribe now. And let's begin. Alright, kicking things off with number 1, and it is so simple it's almost unbelievable, but I promise you, it works like magic. Remember their name. When you first meet your cabin steward, they'll introduce themselves. Don't just nod and forget it. I want you to literally pull out your phone and type their name into your notes right then and there. It takes 5 seconds, but the impact is insane. Every time you see them in the hallway, don't just say hello. Say, "Good morning, David," or "How are you, Maria?" Using someone's name is a fundamental sign of respect. It tells them, I see you as a person, not just staff. For someone who cleans hundreds of rooms and interacts with thousands of passengers, hearing their own name cuts through the noise. It creates an instant personal connection. Think about it from their perspective. They're dealing with endless demands and faceless cabin numbers all day long. Being one of the few passengers who actually remembers and uses their name makes you stand out immediately in the best way possible. This small act builds a foundation of mutual respect. It's not about trying to get something extra out of them, even though that can sometimes be a side effect. It's about acknowledging their humanity. This simple habit will completely change the dynamic between you and your steward. They will feel valued, and in return, they will be more invested in making your stay incredible. It's the ultimate win-win, and it costs you absolutely nothing but a tiny bit of effort on day one. Next up is something that feels a little old school, but in a world of digital everything, it has a massive impact. I'm talking about leaving a polite note. Your cabin steward is not a mind reader. If you need extra towels, more pillows, or your ice bucket refilled at a specific time, a simple, handwritten note is the clearest and most appreciated way to communicate. It's so much better than trying to catch them in the hallway when they're rushing to get to the next room. Think about the efficiency of it. They enter your room, see a clear, polite request on the counter, and can take care of it instantly. There's no confusion, no back and forth, and no chance of forgetting. A note that says, "Hi," steward's name. "Could we please have 2 extra beach towels for tomorrow? Thank you so much," is incredibly effective. Adding a please and thank you seems obvious, but you'd be shocked how many people just write blunt demands. Politeness is a currency on a cruise ship. This small gesture shows that you respect their time and their workflow. It allows them to plan their tasks efficiently instead of being interrupted. Stewards I've talked to say that a friendly note makes them feel like a partner in making your cruise great, rather than just a servant taking orders. It's a collaborative and respectful way to communicate your needs, so grab that little notepad the cruise line provides and use it. It's one of the easiest ways to be a passenger they love. This next one is huge, and it's all about making your steward's job just a little bit easier. Before you leave your cabin for the day, do a basic tidy up. I'm not saying you need to clean the room or make your bed. That's literally their job. What I mean is, don't leave a tornado behind you. Take 60 seconds to pick up your clothes off the floor and put them in a pile on a chair. Throw your trash in the actual trash can. Put your wet towels in a heap in the bathroom. Imagine walking into a room where you have to navigate a minefield of shoes, clothes, and random clutter just to get to the bed or the bathroom. it slows them down tremendously. Stewards are on an incredibly tight schedule, often responsible for 15 to 20 cabins, twice a day. Every minute they save in your room is a minute they can use to do a more thorough job, or just to catch their breath. When they walk into a room that's basically organized, it's a huge relief. Here's the secret benefit. When you make their job easier, they have more time and energy to go the extra mile for you. That might mean they take a little more care when arranging your things, or they remember to leave you an extra chocolate during turndown service. It shows you respect their work and their time. They notice the passengers who are considerate, and they remember them. A tidy passenger is a happy steward's favorite passenger, and they will often repay that kindness with exceptional service. Alright, this one is super specific, incredibly simple, and makes a way bigger difference than you could ever imagine. After you shower, close the shower curtain. That's it. Just pull the curtain all the way shut. It seems so minor, right? But for a cabin steward, this is one of those little things that signals you're a thoughtful and considerate passenger. It has a very practical purpose that directly impacts their work environment and the overall cleanliness of your bathroom. When you leave the shower curtain bunched up and wet, it creates the perfect breeding ground for mildew and that classic damp, musty smell. The bathrooms on cruise ships are small and ventilation can be a challenge. By closing the curtain, you allow it to air out and dry properly. This prevents mildew from forming, which is a pain for them to clean, and can create unpleasant odors that linger in the cabin. A dry, fresh-smelling bathroom is easier and faster for them to service. It's a tiny act of preventative maintenance that shows you're thinking about the space you're in. When a steward walks into the bathroom and sees the curtain is already closed, it's a small but clear sign that you're a clean and respectful guest. It saves them a step and helps maintain the quality of the cabin for you and for future passengers. It's one of those unspoken rules of being a great cruise guest. Trust me, they notice, and they absolutely appreciate it. Let's talk about trash. It sounds boring, but how you handle your trash can make a surprising difference in your steward's day. The tip is simple: group your trash together. Instead of leaving empty snack bags on the desk, soda cans on the nightstand, and paper wrappers on the floor, take 30 seconds to consolidate everything into one spot. Ideally, put everything directly into the small trash bin provided. If it's full, just create a neat little pile right next to it. This helps them in two major ways. First, it's a massive time saver. They don't have to go on a scavenger hunt around the cabin to collect all the garbage. They can just grab it all in one go and move on. Again, with the tight schedules they're on, every saved minute counts. Second, and this is really important, it prevents them from accidentally throwing away something important. When trash is mixed in with your personal belongings on a desk or nightstand, they have to be extra careful. They're terrified of mistakenly tossing a passport, a phone charger, or a piece of jewelry. By clearly separating your trash from your stuff, you remove that stress and risk. You're making it clear what is garbage and what isn't. A neat pile of trash next to the bin is a universal sign for "this is all garbage, please take it." It shows you're organized and considerate of their responsibilities. It's a small detail that communicates a huge amount of respect for their job. If you want to start your cruise off on the absolute best foot, this tip is for you. I call it the Day 1 pre-tip. On the very first day, find your cabin steward, introduce yourself, and hand them a small tip like $10 or $20, along with a friendly note. The note can say something simple like, "Hi, steward's name. We are so excited for our cruise and we're looking forward to having you take care of our room. Thank you in advance for your hard work." This gesture is unbelievably powerful. It immediately establishes a positive relationship built on appreciation and respect. It tells your steward that you recognize and value their hard work from the very beginning, not just as an afterthought at the end. Cruise ship staff often have to wait until the end of a long, tiring week to see the financial rewards of their service. Getting a small token of appreciation up front is a huge morale booster. It sets you apart from 99% of other passengers. This isn't about bribing them for better service. It's about building trust and goodwill. When you show them that you're a kind and appreciative person from the get-go, they will be more invested in ensuring you have a fantastic experience. They'll be more likely to remember your preferences and anticipate your needs. This small upfront investment can pay you back tenfold in personalized attention and care throughout your entire voyage. It's the ultimate cruise life hack. This next habit is probably the most human of all, and it costs nothing but a moment of your time. When you see your steward in the hallway, don't just ask for something you need. Pause for a second, make eye contact and ask, "How are you today?" It's a simple, three-word question that they almost never hear from passengers. Most interactions are transactional, "I need this," or "Can you get me that?" They are often treated like vending machines instead of human beings. Asking about their day shows that you see them as more than just their job function. It acknowledges that they have a life, feelings, and are likely working a very long, hard day. You don't need to have a long conversation. Just a simple question, and a moment to actually listen to their answer is enough. They might just say, "I'm good, thank you," but the fact that you asked is what matters. It's a micro-interaction that provides a moment of genuine human connection in a day full of service tasks. This simple act of kindness can completely change their perception of you. You become one of the nice ones, a passenger they remember fondly. This can lead to them being more proactive in your care, perhaps remembering you like your ice bucket filled in the afternoon, or leaving an extra towel without you asking. They work incredibly hard to make our vacations perfect. Taking 2 seconds to ask about their well-being is the least we can do. It makes them feel seen and valued, which is a powerful gift. This one is all about situational awareness. Your steward has 2 main service times, morning cleaning and evening turndown service. When you see them in your hallway with their cart, it means they're in their zone, working hard to get through their list of rooms. The best thing you can do during these times is to give them space. If you're about to head back to your room and you see them about to go in, maybe wait 5 or 10 minutes, go grab a coffee, or take one more walk around the deck. Trying to be in the room while they're cleaning is awkward for everyone. They feel like they're in your way, and you feel like you're hovering over them. They can't clean as efficiently or as thoroughly when they have to constantly navigate around you. Giving them an empty room allows them to get in, do their job quickly and effectively, and get out. This is especially true for the evening turndown service, which is meant to be a quick refresh of the room. If you absolutely must be in the room, be considerate. Stay in one area, like on the balcony, or sitting at the desk, so they have a clear path to the bed and bathroom. Or, you can simply tell them, "Please, come in. I'll just be on the balcony for a few minutes." This communication shows respect for their work. Letting them do their job without interruption is a sign of trust and allows them to perform at their best, ensuring your room is the perfect sanctuary you expect it to be. Cruise ship crews are incredibly diverse, with staff coming from all over the world. Your cabin steward might be from the Philippines, Indonesia, India, or Eastern Europe. English might be their second or third language. Here's a tip that shows an insane level of respect. Learn one single word in their native language. Just one. On day 1, after you learn their name, you can politely ask, "Where are you from?" Then, find out how to say hello or thank you in their language. Imagine you're thousands of miles from home, and a guest makes the effort to greet you in your own tongue. It's a powerful and unexpected gesture of connection. A simple salamat, that's thank you in Tagalog, or dhanyavad, thank you in Hindi, can bring a huge smile to their face. It shows that you're curious, respectful of their culture, and see them as an individual with a unique background, not just a uniform. It takes 30 seconds to look up on your phone, but leaves a lasting impression. You don't have to be perfect. In fact, fumbling the pronunciation a little bit is often endearing. It's the effort that counts. This small act can completely change the tone of your interactions for the entire cruise. It's a bridge between cultures and a sign of ultimate respect. It tells them you appreciate not just what they do, but who they are and where they come from. It's a tiny gesture that says so much, and they will absolutely remember you for it. Our final tip is about something you're probably already doing on vacation, having a routine. Whether you realize it or not, most of us fall into a pattern on a cruise. Maybe you always leave the cabin around 9 a.m. for breakfast and come back around noon. Or perhaps you're always out of the room for dinner and a show between 7 p.m. and 10 p.m. This predictability is secretly a massive help to your cabin steward. When they can predict your schedule, they can plan their own work schedule more effectively. If they know you're always gone in the morning, they can prioritize cleaning your room during that window, ensuring it's fresh and ready for you when you return. This eliminates the awkwardness of them knocking when you're still in bed or trying to shower. It helps them manage their 20-room workload with much less stress, creating a seamless and non-intrusive service for you. You don't have to formally announce your schedule. They are experts at observing patterns. Just by being consistent, you make their job easier. If your schedule is going to be different one day, for example, if you decide to sleep in, that's where a polite note comes in handy. A quick message like, "We'll be sleeping in a bit tomorrow, so no need to service the room until after 11 a.m. Thanks." This combination of a consistent routine and clear communication is the ultimate recipe for a stress-free experience for both you and your steward. So, there you have it, 10 simple habits that cabin stewards secretly love. As you can see, none of these are about grand gestures or spending a ton of money. It's about being mindful, considerate, and respectful. It's remembering there's a hardworking human being on the other side of that cabin door. None of these things cost much time or money. But together, they send one powerful message. I see you. I respect you. And that message is priceless. When you treat the crew with this level of kindness, your entire cruise experience changes. You're no longer just a passenger, you're part of a positive community on board. The crew will be happier to see you, more willing to help you, and more invested in making your vacation truly special. This is the real secret that veteran cruisers know. The best service doesn't come from demanding it, it comes from inspiring it through kindness. If you found this helpful, like and subscribe. And for real, honest cruise secrets most channels don't share. Subscribe to Sail Secrets. We go deep to give you the information you actually need. Now I want to hear from you. Comment Sail Secrets and tell me which tip surprised you most. Was it the day one tip or something as simple as closing the shower curtain? Let me know down below. Safe travels and happy